it's time now to hear from some other political parties as well. Joining us in studio is Dr. Hassan Ayariga, founder and leader of the All People's Congress. First of all, Kofi Akpalo is founder and leader also of the Liberal Party of Ghana. Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, good afternoon.
It's been a very long time, but we've not heard from both of you. But let me start off with you, Dr. Ayariga. Is it the case that the APC has actually decided to be in the background working and reorganizing for the 2024 elections? Oh,
no, it's not the case. The case is that we've been working as a party, and as you are aware, the EC has given deadlines for political parties to put before them the allocations of party offices, constituencies, regional and national. But over the period, we've been working on the, after my COVID recovery, we've been working on police stations and constituency executive upgrading.
Reorganization.
Yes, reorganization. So that's what we've been doing for some time now. And I think it's going on well.
And now the Electoral Commission is telling us that some of the political parties are on its radar. I don't know if the APC has all of the offices across. Have you met all of these requirements that the chairperson is talking about?
I think that over the years, the APC has been one political party that has met the requirement of the Political Party Act 574/2000 to make sure that we have 275 constituencies. As you are aware, in 2016, when the APC was formed, we had over 275 political parties all over the country.
Really?
And that was the only political party that got a final certificate. Because that time, Madame Charlotte Osei was so keen. No party was formed within the period Madame Charlotte Osei was EC chair. It was APC alone. So over the years, we have been asking the Electoral Commission to crack the whip, to make sure that political parties show political office. Now they are asking for us to, again, as you are aware, in 2016, 2018, we rented offices for 4 years. Then it elapses around the 2018, 2019 there. And then within that period, we had COVID, where what do you call it, protocols was that nobody should sit in offices and all that. So most of the parties didn't have to campaign or go to politics, all that. So now the political parties are supposed to present their offices to the EC. Of course, yes. The law says that if you look at the Political Party Act 574, Section 15(3)(c), it talks about political parties must within 90 days show offices of constituencies, district, and regional. But then it says, it goes to say that if you are unable to show offices of regional and national, you are subjected to disqualification. So what it means is that if any political party cannot show proof of offices in the 16 regions, including a national office, then it's subjected to disqualification. Right. They can take away their lands.
And as you're indicating, you've been advocating for the laws to be enforced, but the fear is it may affect our multi-party democratic system, particularly as we have some of the political parties that are not too mature and may not have the financial strength to be all across the 274, 75 constituencies, just as you have the APC, for instance.
I think over the years, the EC must also look at this law, because right now we have gone into a system where people can sit in their offices and do business. After the COVID, you now see that many people can do online businesses without even have to have offices. I think that the EC must consider the issue of having the 275 offices, maybe just the regional offices and the national office, and then the political parties can operate. But I think that they are more concerned about the regional and the national as for now. I'm not sure they are too concerned about the 275, because we all know that from now people use their phones to do business, people use their laptop to do business, people sit in their homes and can do anything. So I think that going forward, the EC must consider the issue of allowing political parties just to have the 16 offices, and then the national, and then they can operate.
And I guess that will include a review.
A review, yes. There should be a review. Yes, that's what
the law should be reviewed.
The law should be reviewed.
We'll talk about the aspects that you want to review, but let's also bring in Mr. Akpalo on this. You are an interested party. Obviously, the LPG is a political party, so I'm sure that by now you're checking your books. Have you met the standards of the Political Parties Act?
Oh, yes, we have. We have as a party. Where you know our office, the office just around your area. Yeah, we have our office, our head office at Kokomlemle. That's Castle Royal Road. Actually, what the EC is doing, I mean, it's not new to some of us because we believe that as a party, we should have offices. Even we don't need the EC to come and tell us we should have office because you are operating an organization, and that organization, you should be able to have a place where people can easily reach you. Even it helps to brand your organization, especially when you are passing and then you see, oh, Liberal Party, you see our symbol, and I mean, it dawns on you that, hey, there are some guys
But
here.
as we speak now, LPG, for instance, Dr. Ayariga was just telling us that we're across almost 274, 275 constituencies. So that's national in nature.
Oh, yes, we have.
Do you have that as a
Oh, yeah, we
party?
have.
Are you not concerned about the others who may
Oh, no,
not
I'm
really
concerned about them. I'm concerned about them. My party, we have offices across, but I shouldn't be speaking for myself alone. I should try to be in the shoes of others because it's not everybody having the same strength. But I can tell you as a party, we have our offices across the country, and I think we don't have a problem now, for now.
So you support the calls for a review?
Oh, yes. It's something that we have been talking about since we joined this cause. We've been saying that we should look at the law again, at least. If there's somebody can have a national headquarters, it's up to the person to decide whether to keep on having more offices or not, because when you are running your own organization, you decide whether to have an office or not to have an office. But if we become like compelling people to have office, especially a newer party, it will take time to grow. So when you open an office, are people coming in there every day? And what are they coming in there for? You know, you have to take your time to build it, because I've never come across any organization that starts today and tomorrow is boom. No, you have to take time to grow. Even
so
that's
it's a matter of time.
Time. So the EC should look at that aspect and be lenient on. But you see, in this world that we live in, I remember when we were talking about this and PPP. You know, they were saying, oh, no, they should cancel other people's party. The other time, Bakosin Doom has the muscles, and then he was supporting them financially. So anytime we go to IPAC, they'll be insisting we should cancel other people's party. Now, you saw their party office. You just showed it to the people.
So you feel it's payback time?
No, it's not payback time. But it's like whatever you are doing today, think about tomorrow. Because things will never be the same all the time. Things can change. Because I remember when I was growing, I knew one political party called CPP. It was the biggest political party. Now, it's no more. NDC.
I mean, to be fair, the CPP is still there.
It's there, but look at their size. Now, it has shrunk to...
You're trying to say that the LPG is more popular than the CPP?
Oh, no, I won't say we are popular than them. We are a new party. We are growing. But what I'm trying to say is that MPP can be big today, but they should know that maybe in 4, 5, or 10 years, if they don't do things well, it will go down. The same applies to
we'll be coming to that conversation about breaking the duopoly. But Dr. Ayariga, if we were to reform the Political Parties Act, what would you want to see changed, first of all? There's a concern that the political parties, in terms of party financing, all the political parties, you don't seem to be adhering to the rules. I don't know for the APC. And then there's the concern about the party offices that we're talking about. So for you, where do we start from in terms of reforming the act that we have now?
I think that if I want to be very sincere with you, many political parties that are formed, some of them do not even exist. They only exist on paper, if I want to be sincere with you. Because even me here sitting as a political leader, there are many of them that I don't know their names. If you ask me to mention the rest of the political party, I can mention maybe 12. Those that I know that they are active. But beyond 12 or 13, I can't go more than that. Right. Because they are not visible, that's a fact. We don't see them, we don't even know their presidential candidates, we don't know their leadership. And that is why the EC is clearly strict on that. Right. But then, I think that these parties had the opportunity to register way before some of us. And they had the opportunity not to showcase their offices before. Right. So they had the opportunity to just...
To at least build up.
Yes, but they didn't over the years. Because we're looking at a multi-party democracy, where people have the right and the opportunity to choose among the 29 political parties, the parties they want to vote for or join. Yeah. But now, what I think the EC should do is what they are doing is right. I don't say it's wrong, visiting to try to locate the offices. If they find out that these parties that are serious and they are very active and they are on the ground, I mean, let's move on with those political parties. And those that are not serious and are not, they can probably withdraw their alliances for now, and they can reapply again if they get the opportunity to build up.
But there's concern about the political party financing. Some persons and experts
just
have said,
3 days ago,
a
week ago, I was part of the team that went an international conference to discuss political party financing. And it was organized by JIMPA, and then Conrad, the newest shifting from Germany, the German ambassador was there, and we were all discussing about political party financing. For me, we have advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that many political parties will get the opportunity to also sell themselves equal platform, media platform, all the other platforms that will get to be able to showcase their parties and present their candidate. Now, in the other side too, many political parties will be formed because government is going to sponsor them. But as we see today, even flood is a problem for us to be able to resolve. Flooding is a big problem. Yeah. School feeding is a big problem. You talk about water, electricity. We are all having difficulties accessing that. Right. Government cannot even sponsor. Not to talk about using government funding to go and sponsor political party who wants to be president or who want to be ministers or who want to be MPs. I think that if we decide to fund it, it's going to be a huge cost and burden to the government. We should put it in a way that we run political parties at a very low cost so that you don't have to spend so much money in running political party, because we've monetized everything in politics. We are not voting for people with more ideas, but we are voting for people with more money than more brains. Those who have money, they get power. Those who have brains, they don't get anything. So we have come to a state where we are voting for people with more money than more brains. And that is a big problem. So government and the EC should try and find a way to cut down on campaigning, the cost of campaign. Right. Because there's so much. You see, look at the two major political parties, the NDC and the MPP. They spend more money in campaigning than developing Ghana.
Really?
Yes. You can do the statistics and see. I am telling you this. They spend more money when they are in government in campaigning than in developing our country. Today, people are richer than institutions. You see people who are CEOs of political institutions in this country, and they are richer than the institutions. You go out there, you go to East Legon, you go to Trazaco, you see people building every day. And then you go to the ministries and you see all our buildings. You ask yourself, is this a ministry?
Right.
Is there a government? Are we really using these buildings? Go to the ministries and see some of these buildings. So there is so much wastage and corruption in political campaigns. And if I am president, all these things will stop. No, we have to divide a way of people giving them equal platform. If it is to give them radio or television airtime, everybody go there and speak.
We'll talk about the 2024 elections, which is fast approaching. But let me take your thoughts also, Mr. Kwalo, on the points that Dr. Hassan Ayaraga has been raising about political financing. The fact that you have the two major political parties having access to a lot of funds, and they're using that as advantage over your party and others as well in the system. How do we tackle that problem?
Yeah, I think we need to distinguish between political party financing and then political campaign financing. You see, when it comes to campaign, it's different from political parties. So when people are advocating for political party to be assisted by the state or something like that, I think they are on right course. Right. But I don't think they are saying that we should finance your campaigns.
Yes. But it's obviously, because we are talking in the context of reforms, the EC should not necessarily just be interested in auditing your accounts.
No,
obviously,
they should.
The funds that also come in.
No, they should.
Right, okay.
They should. They should be interested in our finances.
Right.
Okay. But what I'm saying is that political campaigns should be distinguished from political party running day-to-day activities.
Administration,
So administration. So that part, government should be interested in supporting political parties, so that because we need to have a multi-party state. But when it comes to your campaign, the campaign is you are trying to sell yourself out and you want to whatever. But political parties, it's not one person's property, it's for the state. So it's something that belongs to the state. The state should be interested as to how it is being run and then how they get money to run those activities. Especially like we are supposed to get offices across. Why should the EC be interested we having offices across? Because they have to come in and support. Are you okay? So the state should give political parties money to have offices, have staff, and all those kind of things. But when it comes to campaign, it's our responsibility. But here, the state is not doing that because the state has a responsibility. It's like even churches. The state have a responsibility to make sure they enter into their books to see whether they are doing those right things. And that's why churches, we treat them as a charity.
Yeah, and non-profit.
Non-profit, because we believe that everything going there should be regulated. But here we don't do that, and then churches, people go there in the form of milking the people, you know. So I think I support the idea that political parties need to be assisted by the state. No, I'm not saying they should.
But how about the cost that Doc is referring to?
No, because it's expensive. It's expensive running political party office. Are you okay? Because if you have an office all over 275, and assuming you are paying 100 cedis per office every month, it's 27,500.
Operations would definitely.
It's 27,500 a month. So in a year, you're talking about 3 million or something like that, or maybe 300,000 or something like that.
And okay, I've been prompted that, and I'll come to give you the time to make the points, but I've been prompted as well that Director of Elections for the Electoral Commission, Dr. Sribo, is also on, just to give us a brief clarity on what it is that the EC is seeking to do. Thank you, Doc, for your time. So do you have the list of the political parties that you're likely to sanction if they don't comply? Have you put out some names already?
Too early to put any name down. As you heard yesterday, the top commission went to some of the head offices of the various political parties. As I speak to you, there are teams in the districts and the regions. I am speaking to you from Kumasi, just returned from Seville also. So we are visiting the district offices and the regional offices before the national offices. It is when we finish and we put our reports together. The law is clear that the political party should be national in character. So they should have national offices. They should have offices in all the regions. And for each region, they should be operating in 2/3 of the districts in each region. So when we have put our reports together, that commission will know in reality who is obeying the law and who is not obeying the law before any sanctions.
And to what end is the EC pursuing this?
Come again?
To what end is the EC pursuing this?
Oh, so the law says it should be operating. So, and you know, since '92, the commission has not been cracking anyway. And a lot of people have been accusing us of not doing anything and sleeping on our job. So commission this time wants to crack the whip. So the results that will come to the field will then apply the law as it exists or pertains.
Okay, so is it just about sanctions, or you have a grand plan of reforming the system? For instance, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, who's with us here, and Mr. Kpalu, have been talking about the need to reform portions of the law, the fact that times and things have changed a lot. So are you considering that as well? Will that also come up?
For now, we are working with the existing law, political parties law 2005-74. That's what we are working on. And that's the law that everybody should comply with. Till the law is changed, that's the law we know.
So you don't expect to change anything or ask Parliament to try and make some reforms?
For now, we are working with that law.
As we speak now, on your books, how many political parties do we have?
If I'm right, we have 32 parties in our books and 15 coming in.
32 and let's get that clear, sir. 32 political parties, and you have 15 more applying to come on board?
Yes, please.
So that may be shooting the number to 47 political parties in
Ghana. And I can assure you that don't be surprised that you get over 60 before 2024.
Over 60? We may get over 60 political parties?
Yes, but when we look at the law and we will not get there.
So is it that the EC is intimidated by the numbers, and that's why you are now taking up the law to enforce it? If it is handed, everybody is abiding by the law, you don't have any problem. We don't want you to be in existence when you are not obeying the laws governing the country. These political parties are formed to come and govern over you and I. So if you want to go govern over you and I, then you should be using the law. So we are talking of the law. If you are not ready to go by the law, then you don't need to be existing. Okay, finally, we know that some of the political parties, namely the NPP and the NDC, have some sort of a leverage over the other political parties in terms of financing and all of that. Are you going to give a leeway to these lesser-known political parties?
You are telling me, as far as you are concerned, we treat all of them equally. If whoever you are with, ask them, when they come to our park meetings, we treat all of them equally. So we are going to apply the law equally.
Well, Doc, just hold on for me. I'm sure Dr. Hassan Ayariga would have a few questions for you on the point you're raising.
Good afternoon, Doc. How are you doing?
Oh, you are putting your name off, my brother.
I'm trying to understand the Political Party Act 2000, Act 574. If you look at it, Section 15, Section 1, it says, I'm going to read as it is.
Okay, right.
Maybe there are some loopholes in the English language here, but I'm going to read as it is. It says, within 90 days after the issue 2(8) of a final certificate of registration, a political party shall furnish the Commission with details of existence and location of its national, regional, district, and constituency offices. Then, 2, it says a political party shall, within the period specified in subsection 1, submit to the Commission A, the names, title, and addresses of officers at the national, regional, district, and constituency levels, and also has such other levels of organization at the Commission may direct. And B, the name and addresses of auditors of the political party. But I'm interested in the 3, 15(3). It says, where a political party, A, refuses or neglects.
Right. Let's try and get that.
Yes.
So we'll try and get the details for you shortly. But Doc, just hold on for us. Dr. Ayariga will put up that question shortly so you can address that briefly. You're talking about Section 15,
yes, 15,
I guess. 15(3).
15(3).
As you're referring
to.
It
says, where a political party
we'll get to that shortly.
Refuses or neglects to comply with this section, or B, makes a statement in a matter submitted to the Commission under this section, which is false, or C, this is the interesting part, has refused, neglected, or failed to establish or maintain a national office, or to establish or maintain a regional office in every region, the Commission may cancel the registration of that political party. Here, it did not talk about constituency or district.
So the focus for you is on the national.
So what it says here is that it can take away or cancel your registration if you do not, if you are unable to maintain a national office or a regional office, or then they will take off your license.
Dr. Akpalu, Dr. Siripo, let's take your concerns, your response to that shortly. Then we'll hear from Mr. Akpalu.
The law with me, but if he has the law, what about the policy that says that the political party should be active in at least 2/3 of the party?
But he's saying that if you look at the spirit of the law, it appears that the focus appears to be on the national quarters, maintaining the national.
That says that should be active in 2/3 of the district. It's the same law.
So where are you placing the emphasis?
If the district doesn't matter, why would you say that it should be active in at least 2/3 of the people? Don't worry, when we get there, we'll get the
we'll see how we'll cross that. But Mr. Palu also has a question.
But I also want to add that that's not the only way you can be deregistered. There are other financial issues in terms of submission of returns, in terms of submitting audited accounts, in terms of submitting returns 3 months after participating in an election or by-election, whatever. All these are all going to be considered. So all the political parties were written to submit all of them. So we will not take a decision based on only offices or any other law in place as far as the CI Act 574 is concerned. So they should.
So if we get to that bridge, we'll cross it. That's what you're indicating. So for you, it's not necessarily about maintenance, but we'll get to the details of it. Let's bring in Mr. Kwalo, and then we'll get more of the concerns that you're raising.
Actually, I don't think the EC is much interested in deregistering a political party. But I think what the EC is looking for is how we work as a political party. They want to see some seriousness in what we are doing. And I think we should all support them to do.
But do you have a question for Dr. Srivo?
Oh,
in terms of clarity?
No.
Okay, then Doc, let me pick up your thoughts on this. The portion and section that Dr. Ayariga was referring to says that you may cancel the certification of a political party if they fail to maintain the, and he's giving me the document now to read to you, maintain a national office, or in terms of actually the regional office as well is also included here. That's the basis upon which you may cancel the registration. So his argument is that if you...
That's why I made reference that there are other parts of the law and other houses which include even the finance. But I just wanted to call your attention to the fact that part of the lawyer is talking of is that they should be active in at least 2/3 of all the districts, each region. So it's also a requirement. They should look at that one.
Are you going to engage the political parties on this exercise that you're embarking on?
All the political parties know that whenever we finish research, inspection, the rest, we don't do it arbitrarily. We engage them for them to know that these are the issues that they will take a decision. So
and we know that there's an IPAC meeting happening in a few days from now, on the 1st, as we're being told. Will that feature? Will that feature prominently?
I didn't get that one.
I'm asking if these concerns will feature when you meet on the 1st of June as you go for an IPAC meeting.
Like I told you, we are on the 1st. So I am the one leading the inspection and other things. So by that time, we will have put our report together.
Okay, but, so what's the timeline? What timelines are you looking at in terms of achieving what it is
we are planning that by mid-June we will have finished. We will have put our report together and we'll submit to the committee.
Okay, then we'll have to leave it until then. We'll come back to you, of course, Dr. Srivo quick with that. But obviously, these are the fallouts. But let's look beyond that and talk about. But you wanted to make an intervention quickly.
You know, when my comrade Akpalu was talking about political party financing and government should come in
and support the political parties.
How is government going to do that? How is the sponsorship going to be? Are we going to be giving equal money to every political party, or there's going to be a criteria in which money is going to be disbursed to political parties? Because so far as I'm aware, like he said, the political parties are seen. Now, when you look at sometimes the EC themselves comes out with law and say that political parties with representative in parliament can do A and those without cannot do B. It's not. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in. I'm coming. It doesn't even exist in the laws. I am looking at the laws. When you ask him to show us where exactly he is unable to read, I am able to read to you. Now, the EC themselves are making campaign very expensive for political parties. If you remember the last election, I had to petition the EC, telling them that the filing fee of 100,000 Ghana cedis was too much. What is the income level of a normal, ordinary Ghanaian who works in Ghana? Then you were asking for 100,000 for presidential, and you're asking for 10,000 for parliamentary. Look at our status. Look at the income salaries, and look at how public workers, their salary. You cannot just come and start giving filing fees without subjecting it to parliamentary approval.
That's what you
wanted,
right?
That's what I was.
Let's find out from Mr. Kpalu himself how he expects that plan to work. Dr. Yariga says your plan may be faulty.
Actually, if the Electoral Commission seriously want to regulate political parties and how we operate, and then I believe political party administrative costs, the state should be able to take responsibility, because we build parties not for ourselves. We build parties for the state. Okay? We build political parties not for we the individuals. We build it for
the people, you say.
Exactly.
But don't forget that, for instance, if you open the floodgates now, you're going to create the avenue for, say, for instance, the bigger political parties, so-called, who have had the experience of governing this country, to continue to fund their parties more than they would fund you.
Yeah, because
happens.
Already they are doing it. Already they are doing it. Okay? Now, we need to have 275 offices, 16 regional offices, and national office. MPP, NDC, LPG, APC, we all have it. Is that not it? But who is paying for what? We are paying our own. Okay? MPP and NDC, with a twinkle of an eye. Okay? Somebody can just bring the money and then pay for all those. Okay? So, how can we build a multi-party state? Are you okay? Because they have been there ages, and they have the numbers. Even if their members are to maybe contribute 2 cities for them to raise them, and they will easily do it.
It will be easier.
Yeah, but we are not building a dual party state. We are building a multi-party state. So if you are building a multi-party state, we should allow...
Everybody should benefit. That's your...
Yes, we should allow other people to come in. Okay, we should allow other people to come in. We shouldn't...
close the door.
Close the door, and then also take it that some people don't deserve. Okay, because when you go to United States, let me tell you, in the last election, over 144 political parties contested the United States elections. But some people think that it's only Democrats and then Republicans. It's not true. If you go to America, over political parties are there. When it comes to UK, we have so many political parties, but they are operating. The states sponsor them. Okay, so I'm not saying states should sponsor our campaigns. People should get me clear, you know.
But let me right. The operation of the political parties should be supported.
Exactly.
Let me remind Kofi something.
Okay.
Until 2012, the EC used to give vehicles to the political party to support their campaign. Now, even government itself cannot sponsor the EC. If the EC send a budget to government, government is unable to fulfill it. So how are they going to sponsor the political parties again? Even when the Electoral Commission, the body, the institute mandated to supervise election, is unable to get enough fund. You can ask them, the EC now. I'm sure they are struggling to get even resources to even go around to inspect our offices.
Right. So I'm sure
they themselves don't even have 275 offices in every constituency.
Anyway, these are issues that we will explore later on, but we need to also talk about 2024. It's approaching really, really fast. Let me start off with you, Mr. Kpalu. What's the plan of the LPG? Are you contesting that election? And do you see the duopoly breaking? Already, the governing NPP says they are breaking the 8. So it appears they want to stay even beyond the 8-year political cycle.
Yeah, LPG. I mean, we started our campaigns already.
When you say LPG...
Yeah,
right.
Now, when you say LPG, you say Yankonkwan. When you say LPG again, you say Someha. But this time around, when you say LPG, you say Shrine and Soma. Because we change our logo.
You've changed that?
We changed our logo to Star. Yeah, because...
you've given the EC.
Yes, we've given the EC, we've informed the EC that we change our... Now, if you drive past our office, you see that the new logo is Star. So we change it to Star because...
so you're ready for the 2024?
Oh, yeah, we're going to win.
You're winning 2024?
Now, you yourself, you know what you're going through in this country. You know. And the guy watching me this afternoon to know. They're all going through. And they don't see any alternative apart from LPG.
Right.
Because we have the solution. That every child in this country will be paid child benefit.
Unemployment benefit.
Unemployment benefit. Those who are not working. We'll pay them money.
LPG is going to do that?
We'll do that. The reason why we're going to do that is that we want to put money in the system, just to stimulate the economy. Look, now we have inflation in this country, but we have been made to believe that anytime there's inflation, because there's too much excess money in circulation. But if you go east, south, west, and north, people are saying they don't have money. Okay. So where is that inflation?
So the option should be the LPG. We need to go.
Put money in the system.
Right. So if Ghanaians go to the polls briefly, what should they remember as they cast their ballot?
When they are going, they should think about themselves. That the future, they are voting for the future. And voting for LPG is for the future. Because if you vote for NDC or you vote for MPP, you get the same results.
APC is here.
APC, they will come and join me. And for that one day, he will join me because he alone cannot do it. So he has to join me and then work together we need to and break the duopoly.
Okay, then let's hear from
I think that he's forgotten that over the period, myself and him included.
He says you need to join the LP.
No, I'm just reminding him of something.
No, we have to join forces together.
He's forgotten that we've been in talks of how to bring a third force.
And break the duopoly.
So we're talking about 10 political parties coming to form.
Oh, that has started?
Yes, that has started. He's aware.
So what's going to happen?
What we intend to do is that to get 10 political parties to represent one party, to form an alliance to have one party. And these 10 political parties will now go into election. Among the 10 political parties, every party will present its flag bearer. Then these 10 flag bearers will now go into a contest to elect a flag bearer among them to stand for the alliance party to go into the...
Are you able to briefly, because we don't have the time, are you able to name the political parties?
Yes, I have a name of
the APC,
the LPG, the GUM, CPP, PNC, GF, what's the name of the Nana Kuneji's party?
NDP. NDP has also joined.
Yes, we put all of them together. He's talking to some, I'm talking to some.
Right.
That is what we intend to do. Until then, if we are unable to fulfill that, that is where I can come and tell you that I will go as APC in the
So we should be expecting an amalgamation of 10
political parties coming together so that we can have 3 parties in the next election. That's the NDC, the MPP, and the Alliance Party, which consists of the 10 political minority parties that will come together.
That will be a major force.
Yes, we are.
So we're setting that the NPP will lose
I'll put that in motion.
We're setting that the NPP will lose the 2024 elections.
Of course.
So what's your message to President Akufo-Addo?
I think that he has done, I mean, a lot of Ghanaians are very disappointed in him because many people believe that with his level of experience in politics, his understanding of politics and the law, things should have worked better. But now, I think that this country's lawlessness is too high, a lot of hardship in the system. People are complaining. Even now, people don't want to talk anymore. People have become mute. We are living in a political of silence. Nobody is saying it. Even the media themselves do not want to talk anymore. Look at the fuel level, cost of fuel. Cost of KK in the market is almost 3 to 5 cities. Water, you cannot, pure water is now 30, 50 pesos. Think about it. Where are we going? Every day, prices of goods are increasing and skyrocketing. Meanwhile, the salary of workers still remains same. How do you expect them to cope?
Okay then. Unfortunately, this is where we wrap up the conversation. You're still watching The Pulse here on the Joy News channel. When we return, we'll talk about some more issues happening on the political front. Please stay.